tonight is a very special night because I have a very special guest, and her name is Valentina. She's one of our translation interpreters. She helps us all the time during the socials with the clients that are coming here to the office and need help with the translation service. So Valentina is the one that helps us with that. Hi, Valentina. How are you?
Hi, Noah. I'm great. I'm delightful to be here. Hi, guys. How is everybody?
And I have to say that Valentina told me like, oh my God, I every Wednesday I watch the Latin show. Like I cannot forget to see the Latin shows during the Wednesday. So that is great.
Say myself because I'm one of the biggest fans here. Like I enjoy every show. No matter if Manuela is the one doing the broadcasting or Maria, I always enjoy all the details.
And it's funny because usually I was thinking like, okay, maybe this Latin show is focused only in the guys that want to come to Medellin. But no, sometimes we have people like Valentina that they like to watch the lives. So that is great. Thank you, Valentina, for being here tonight.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, Valentina, we are going to start to talk a little bit about your experience with us. Like you already have a lot of experience working with us.
Yes.
Maybe how long are you been working with us?
I've been working with AFA for the past 6 years, I think now. 6 years.
More than me. So that is great. What do you can say about your experience? Like, what do you feel about working with clients, with guys and girls that are coming here to find the love?
I can only tell you that it's the thing that makes me passionate about. Like, since the first time, guys, I'm not lying. Since the first time I got this job, I have loved every part of it. I'm a people's pleaser, as you could say. And like helping people find love is something that just fulfills you. Like it's something so rewarding to you. And it's something beautiful to just be part of that love story.
And I'm sure that one of the clients or a couple of the clients that are watching the live show right now, I'm sure that they already know you and they can say what they think about Valentina because I'm sure that they only have positive message about the clients that they already work with her. So that is great and that say a lot about her. And also, Valentina, we are going to start to say something about a special program that we have that is the VIP program, the Ellis Group program. And you work as an interpreter with the clients that are coming to Colombia and they want to find the love, but they are in this special program that is for 2 months. And what you can tell us about that? Because you was in the video call, you was also with the clients already helping them.
Yes. Yeah. I'll say that, like seeing the socials and the VIP program, I'll highly recommend the VIP program. Why? It's way more personalized. So basically, I'm not going to be only your interpreter. I'm going to be like your personal assistant. So any errand, you need to find a SIM card, you need to buy a new phone, you want to buy, I don't know, a ring because you think she's the right one. I'll go with you. I will help you so you don't get ripped off with ring prices. And also, I'm going to try to make your experience as safe and as enjoyable as possible.
And Valentina, also one thing that you say that is very, very true is that you are going to be, yes, the matchmaker, but also like a kind of assistant. So if you need help with, I don't know, like for example, I have to change money or I want to buy clothes and I don't know where to go, like you can help them with that kind of things. I mean, here, for example, when the clients came, they are a little bit afraid to walk by themselves because maybe they are worried about to get lost here.
Yeah.
So you can tell them about places to go,
Yes.
what they can do here in Medellin because
Exactly.
Medellin has a lot of things to offer. And what kind of things are you like to do with them?
Well, I'm going to tell some things that I have done with some clients. And this goes from like shirt alteration, because one of my dearest clients needed like a shirt alteration for his next trip. So we find someone, we follow the place, and we make all the arrangements with the guy who was going to alter the shirt. And he got it in a couple of days after. Actually, I made the payment and I arranged the delivery of the shirt already done. And sometimes if the gentlemen don't have a date on certain day, they can go bowling. I will take them there, or they want to go shopping. I will recommend stores that has very nice like a quality price relationship ratio, so that you always feel completely satisfied with your options or with your purchase or with the things that you want to take home, because a lot of them also like to have like souvenirs. I have gone with clients on coffee tours. I have gone with them to different towns, like 2 hours, 3 hours away from the city to meet like the girl's family because they are making that big step so far. And I'll say that it's pretty much everything. Like the restaurants is just the basic stuff. I can take you for a city tour. I can take you out for a medical appointment because I have helped several clients also with their medical appointments here in the city. And what else? No, I think it's so much. Even the dentist office.
And also, it's very nice because here in Colombia, guys, you are going to notice that things are a little bit more cheaper than in the United States. So if you are here already in Colombia and you want to make a beautiful there, also you can take the time to look better and to do things that maybe in other countries you are not used to do, like go to the salon, the nail salon, and maybe go to the, I don't know, like to a very nice place where they can give you like a nice massage, like all these kind of things that you can do here. And also Valentina as your interpreter, she's going to help you during all this process, and she's going to tell you what places you can go and are going to be better for you. And also, Valen, I'm going to ask a very difficult question for you because I want to know, like, so far what you can say, like, was a very memorable date for you so far, like you remember and you can say like, oh my god, that moment was so magic. I cannot forget this date with this client.
Well, it's actually one of the dates with one of my dearest clients that he's actually like my dad now. His name is Melvin. I hope that he's watching me. One of his beautiful dates he got with his girl, whose name is Sorry. And I mean, it was so memorable. First, they have so much chemistry. I can tell you that they can understand each other just by the body language. But especially during those like deep, like hard to have conversations, it's very useful to have an interpreter with you. Why? With this couple, I had the experience that sometimes they got into small arguments. They weren't like big of a deal, but there were arguments that started due to a mistranslation. It was actually in Google Translation way because we as Colombians tend to be a little bit like over the top with our expressions, and Google Translator takes everything very literally. So it's not giving you the context that you need to understand the full idea. That's where interpreter goes very, very handy because we don't limit ourselves to translate the language, we translate the culture too.
Thank you, Pauline. And we already have a couple of clients that they are saying very nice things about you in our live test. They say like Juan, he say like Valentina is the best matchmaker. So kind regards for Juan.
Thank you so much, Juan.
And also there are a guy that is asking if you are single.
Oh, okay.
Why not? And Valen, also tell us a little bit about, for example, when you go to the dates, you are an interpreter, but how is that process of being a matchmaker? Because one thing is to be an interpreter, and other thing is to be a matchmaker, and of course you are both. So what is that process like? What do you do normally?
I'll say that definitely the matchmaking start after the date is over. Why? Because I'm going to give you all the feedback that I could get from the date, from the girl's body language to things that I think that could be red flags for the relationship, from things that I think she would like for you to say or for you to give her, or maybe saying to you like, hey, she's a gold digger, let's just support this.
You're going to be very honest with them. Like that is one thing, because it's different when, yes, you have a perception sometimes of one person, but it's different when you have other person that can give you other perception about the person.
It's a different, totally different point of view because you have to keep something in mind. Sometimes you're going to be up in the clouds because these girls were very like, you really, really like her, and you're not going to notice those small things that can be warnings for the future, but I'm going to notice them and I'm going to let you know all of them.
Okay, Valentina, I have another question because yes, it's the moment to do it. And Mark is saying something like, what happens if you fall in love with your translator?
Okay, I'll say that it's a big possibility. My insight as an interpreter, or the way I would like you to approach me if you maybe feel interest in me, is never do it during a date. I'm working, I'm being a professional, and you don't want to make your actual date feel uncomfortable or like she's missing the spotlight. So if you feel like you have a connection with your interpreter, you should approach her in a different moment, maybe when you're by yourselves, after a date, when she's giving you that actual feedback, and be very, very kind, and please be very delicate about it. Say like, hey, I know that this is not how things are supposed to work, but I think I feel an attraction towards you, so I want to know if maybe you feel the same way about me. In case that she regrets, you guys, please have something in mind. We're always going to be our most professional selves. So you are not going to have any uncomfortable next date with us. And there's not going to be like awkward silences. We're always know how to handle the situation. But you, as you're going to be open for a yes, you have to be very open for a no too.
And it's not only with interpreters, it's also with the dates. Like sometimes maybe you think in your mind, okay, this is going to be the girl of my life, everything is working very well, but maybe in some point the girl, she doesn't feel the same. So don't worry, guys, because sometimes that happened to you too. Like maybe there are a girl that is very interested in you and you are not interested in her. So don't take like that kind of things as a negative thing. Also keep in mind that you can have really good connections here, really good friends. So don't close the doors to anything here. And there is something very important that Valentina is saying, and is like, yes, everything can happen, and maybe you can feel connection with the interpreter. But keep in mind that if you have a date in that moment, and she is the girl that take her time to go with you in a nice date, like dinner, lunch, whatever, she is there for you. So don't make her feel uncomfortable, and also the interpreter, because she's going to be in the place that she don't know what to do basically. Yes. So like save that kind of feelings for other moment, and in other moment you can express your interpreter or the person that you like, that you feel that about her. But in that moment you have to focus your energy and your time in that person that is taking the time for you. Yes, to meet you.
So I'll say another thing adding to that is that if a girl says no to you after the first date or after you send her like your introduction, don't get it personal because she's actually saving you time and money. So it's a good thing.
Yes, yes. Like a no is not like just a no. Sometimes it's an open that is going to it's a door that is going to be open for you. So don't take things very personal. Okay, that is something about the VIP program. Okay, and I know that right now you are working with a client.
Yeah, with two actually.
With two actually, yes. And I'm going to mention his name because he told me that that was fine. And his name is Kevin, and he is very happy with you. He's having a great time with you. Like, what you can say about Kevin experience? Like, for example, how is the video call process? How is the process when they met for first time with the girls? What kind of advice you can give to the guys when they start to have video calls with the girls and they want to travel here to Colombia and meet the girl for the first time?
I would say that if you already have the VIP plan, the VIP packages, take the most advantage that you can from those video calls, because even though you're not meeting the girl like face to face, it's a great opportunity to know her core values, what she thinks of life, what she expects from a relationship. You can send her some triggering questions to see if she's wife material for you. So I'll say that is actually so much advantage because you will come here and you already know who do you want to meet. So it's not going to be like miss and match. Or you're already going to confirm your expectations. You're going to see your main candidates and then you're going to decide, yeah, it's definitely her.
Yes. So guys, please keep in mind the video calls sometimes are very good tool to meet the girls first and have a very good image about what she has in her mind, like what kind of things she really likes, and a little bit like you can have a better idea if you feel that connection with the girl before to come here to Colombia and meet with her for first time. And other things like I was talking with Janela, and also she works with the VIP clients, and she was telling me that one thing that is very good to do when they are going to meet the girl for first time after letters or after video calls, it's like bring a little detail
Oh
to the girl,
yeah,
right?
just a little trinket, a physical form of saying I appreciate you and I appreciate the time I have spent with you. It doesn't have to be very expensive. It can be a small box of chocolates, and maybe a souvenir from the local town. Something that it's very meaningful because here is not about the zeros. Here is about the deep feelings that you're putting into that.
Yes.
And I would like to give you another tip in that sense, and it's like I know that we have many beautiful girls, and I know that everybody wants a beautiful wife, but sometimes I have noticed some gentlemen get distracted by the shiny beauty of some girls, and they don't focus enough on the inside, on their heart, and at the end, you're not marrying their looks. Their looks are going to fail over time. You're marrying that beautiful person, that beautiful heart, so that should be your priority.
And Valen, there are one really good question because as a matchmaker, sometimes we have the suggestion of the client about what he is looking for because, of course, who better than you that knows what you want for your life? But for example, here Joshua, he's asking, I'm wondering what factors they consider when trying to determine which men and women will make a good match for each other.
Okay.
Like what things, like for example, when you start to go in dates, what kind of things you notice in state like right away that you can say like she's a good girl for you, like
Okay.
she's a good match for you.
So I'll say the first thing overall are core values. If you find someone that you love about their looks and their personality, but their core values are not aligned with yours, it's going to be a mismatch because it's going to be inevitable that you're going to be fighting, you're going to have arguments over small things because you have very different opinions about the same issue. So it's better to find someone who is already in that same path as you so that you can share it instead of fighting over which direction go to. And I will say that another thing is what do you expect for the future. So if you want to be a dad, for example, you shouldn't be putting your attention on girls that are already sure that they don't want to be mothers because you're wasting your time and your energy and also the girls' time and energy too because they also fall in love. So at the end, if that day comes, you're going to feel like you're so unhappy in your marriage because you wanted to have a family, to start building your own family, but her plans for the future are totally different. So either one of you are going to is going to be miserable.
And I always say to the guys like keep your open mind, like that is going to be great for you, but also like keep in mind what do you want for you, because when do you know what you want for you, you are going to be focused in that kind of things that are important and matters for you.
Yeah.
And for example, like Valentina was saying, like sometimes there are guys that they are telling me like, hey, I don't want to have more kids because I already have my own, so I don't want to have more. And they start to date with girls that are very young and they want to have a family. So in the end, you are losing your time because at some point she's going to want that kind of family, children, and you are not going to be in the mood to be a father again. So this is something that is very important and that Valentina already mentioned it. So keep in mind what things are very important for you and know about the physical appearance, about the things that matter for you and things that are maybe for you are non-negotiables.
Exactly that. Deal breakers. You have to keep a list of your deal breakers so that you can have like your attention every time something shows up.
Yeah. Vale, and also we are going to talk a little bit about the dates.
Yeah.
Because the individual dates, this is something about the VIP program. You already know a lot about that. And also it's a great program for those clients that they really want to focus all the time and energy in find a special girl. But also we have the individual dates that you already have experience with this and with the socials. Okay, and we are going to talk a little bit about the socials too because some guys they think like, oh, I don't want an interpreter because I don't want to feel that they are at their will in the date.
Or it's going to be uncomfortable. And I can tell you, not at all. Yeah. I'm going to be like a best friend for your date, so she's going to feel comfortable and safe all the time. So she's going to open up more easily to you. And to you, I'm going to be like your sidekick, your wing woman, basically. So I'm going to give you advice. If something is in your feet, I'm going to tell you with a little sign. If maybe the date is going like very disastrous, we can have like a code. For example, with a client, I have like this scratch my eyebrow when he wanted the date to end because it wasn't going as planned. So we can have that kind of communication, like a secret language. So all the time you're going to know my perspective on things on life. And I will say that very like special things, especially about the socials, is that you also are having like a speed date with us because we only have like half an hour to get to know all the details as much as we can of you so that we can introduce you to your table. And I want to recommend something on the social dynamics, or at least this is something that I do with my clients. Instead of focusing on introducing each girl with their like age, if they have children or not, or what they do for a living, I think that it's a smarter approach to find friend strategy. So you say, hey, I want to see what is this girl's view on family life. So I'm going to design a question that everybody is going to ask and is going to give me lots of information about those core values and that family orientation that I'm looking for. And it's a very smart way to take advantage of the time you have because it's very short. And you can skip the details that you can actually put in the page.
And guys, remember, like she's going to be your friend. Like most of the times, and I know that the clients they are not very like very like open to have an interpreter with them during the dates. But once they have one, they don't want to don't have it. Yes. So it's great if you give yourself the opportunity to go at least in one date. I mean, of course, if you don't need it because you have a great Spanish or maybe you feel comfortable, yes, it's fine if you go by your own. But in the case that maybe you don't feel comfortable with the Spanish and you want to have a very fluid date
and deep conversation. Remember, deep
yes,
conversation.
you can take an interpreter with you, and I'm sure that you're not going to regret that decision because she's going to do everything much easier for you.
And not only during the date.
Yes. And also, Valen, like during the socials, we have a time that the clients they can talk with you too, right? And they can tell you a little bit about themselves, so you have the opportunity to know a little bit about him and help him in what he's looking for.
Exactly that. So if he starts sharing me a little bit about what he does for a living, and maybe that it's something that modifies the time that he has free or available to share with someone, I already know that I have to focus on the profiles that are very patient and not high demanding, especially on time, at least in these very first stages of dating. Because once you go back to the States is where the real taste starts, because even though that you're meeting here in person, it's going to be a long distance relationship and it takes both parts working together to make that bond stronger. It doesn't matter the distance. So I'll say that you have to take advantage of the time to tell your interpreter what you do for a living, what is your lifestyle, and also what are you looking for. Not in a physical appearance way, but more in like what do you expect from life? Do you want a family or not? Do you prefer someone that has like higher education, or it doesn't matter to you? Or you're someone that really enjoys Paris and you would like a girl that goes with you to party out in a very nice way, in a safe way. So we're going to try to select those profiles. They're going to shine for us, and we're going to mark them in our little notebook. We're going to mark them in our little notebook so that after the social, you can do your homework. What is your homework? See those profiles that were into you with their IDs, looking them in the page, and make a decision. Do I want to have an individual date with them or no?
Okay, Valen, I have more questions that the clients are doing. Clients, no, the gentlemen are doing right now. And one say, ask Valentina, how dedicated should the men be to this process of finding their soulmate? Financially, the process of planning the return to Colombia to invest in their relationship.
Yeah, it's so important, guys, because love rusties if you don't invest enough in it. And sometimes that inversion, it's financial because it costs a lot of money to come here to Colombia every month or so that you can meet your girl and slowly start meeting her family, her friends, and start sharing more time because you have to remember the main focus of coming back to Colombia is strengthening that bond. If that bond is strong enough, it's going to vary any distance, any time that you cannot speak to each other, any insecurity that one of the two of you can feel because it's normal. We're all humans, we can feel insecure sometimes. So I'll say that it's very, very important. You have to be very committed and you have to be very focused.
Thank you, Valentina, for that advices because this is very important. And guys, please take note about these kind of things because I'm sure that this is going to be a big difference for you. And this space is for that. Like it's a space where you can do questions. Like we are going to try you to help you in all this process because I know that it's not easy when you have to go to a different country, a different language, different culture. So it's nice if you have the possibility to know a little bit more what you can do during the dates because this is something very important. Like sometimes, of course, if I go to I don't know, to China, I don't know how to date with a Chinese guy because maybe the culture and the way that they think can be a little bit different than mine.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind interpreters are going to be your allies here. We're going to give you like that a character in the video games that is always giving you clues and tips and telling you how to do stuff and how to achieve your mission. And I want to exalt the case of Melvin because he has been so committed in his search for love that he's actually seeing his rewards now. He has planned his visit to Colombia like almost 6 months or more ahead. So he has already booked like hotels. He knows which activities he would like to do with his girl because even though she's the one that lives here, it's nice sometimes if you come here saying like, "Hey, I saw this in YouTube and I will die to do this with you." That is so meaningful and so beautiful. Your date is going to appreciate that so, so much. And also, like, keep in mind something. You're not only marrying the girl, you're also marrying her family.
Here in Colombia works like that.
Yeah, that's what family oriented stands for. We're very united with our families. Even in the worst case scenario, you need to speak to your family at least once a week. So I'll say that you have to be very empathic with that, especially with your girls at the time where you're meeting her, because for her it's going to be very meaningful and very special that you want to meet her close friends and her close family too. It's going to show her like, hey, I'm not here only for your looks or only to date you. I want to marry you. I want to be part of your life. And being part of your life means being part of your family's life.
That's true. And that is something that you have to keep in mind because, of course, maybe in your country this can be a little bit different. Yeah. And most of the time, yes, it's like a little bit shocking how close we are with our family. But if you want to date with a Colombian girl, and I have to say, maybe Latinas in general,
yeah.
you have to get used to the family, to that kind of environment, because also most of the time what they are looking, it's like a family oriented girl. So you have to keep in mind that Colombia, most of the girls they are like that, and you have to, if you want to love the girl, like you have to fall in love with her family too.
Yes, that's right. And I want to tell you something else. If maybe the girl that you're into has a child, either girl or boy, and he or she is turning 18, don't think that he's going or she's going to become independent like from one day to another. Actually, we tend to live with our parents for a long, long time, almost until the time we find our own couples or our own husbands and we start building our own homes. So you have to keep that in mind. Sometimes if the guy already has like 20, 22 years old, he may be very, very close with his mother still.
Well, and there are other questions that I don't know, maybe you can answer. How much spending do average client bring to Colombia?
Okay, I'll say that I'm going to give you a budget per day. In a simple day, you're not going to have like extra adventurous activities. It's just like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 dates on one day. I'll say that you should have in Colombian pesos at least 1,200,000 pesos. That is in dollars, like
1 million can be like it's like something dollars.
$250 per day, and you're going to have nice meals. Your transport is going to be covered by that. Also, your gross transport, your interpreters, and transportation too. So I'll say that that is like an idea, so that you can think, hey, I want to do this coffee tour today, so you need to add a little bit more to that.
Yes, and also remember, guys, that the exchange rate for you is really good here in
Really
Colombia.
good.
So you're going to be surprised at how good it's
How
going.
far you
Yes.
go, yeah.
Yeah, so don't worry about any money, because here, of course, I mean, you have to have a budget, that for sure. But here you don't have to be very worried about how much is going to be a meal in a restaurant, because here is very different than in other countries. Like here, a dish is very cheap. Can be around one dish in a nice restaurant can be around, I don't know, $15
Yeah,
maybe.
$15. I
Like
have
a nice meal for you.
a very
A
nice
drink with a really nice like beef, portion of rice, I don't know, like really good meal is going to be around that price.
Yeah, some of my clients actually told me like this dinner in the States will have cost me like $500, and here it was only 50, for example.
So, Valen, there are other like guys that is saying like, no way I'm doing 3 dates a day. You don't
Okay.
have to do it.
You don't have to do it. It's you do you. You are the owner of your own time. We're always proposing that to you so that you can get the most advantage of your time here. So sometimes the socials can be like that. They can be have 3 days or even more in just one day. So it could be like a marathon if you are someone that gets like easily tired on social situations. I would recommend maybe the VIP package or the individual dates plan for you, because I can tell you sometimes the social can become a marathon if you're not in the right mindset for it.
And also, Valen, there are a lot of guys that are saying that your English is great. That if they come to Colombia, they want to have you as an interpreter.
I will be more than delighted. Thank you so much.
And this is the idea, guys. As you can see other part of this agency, and in this moment here in Medellin, other face of the agency is Valentina, and I'm sure that a lot of clients, they already know Valentina, and they feel very grateful with her because she is very helpful all the time in everything, in every situation. You don't have to worry about nothing. She is going to help you. So don't worry about come to other country, take a risk of know different places, different kind of people, because I'm sure that it can be the best adventure in your life.
Yes, actually, lots of our clients have said so. Like they come here at the beginning very scared. Actually, one of our dearest clients that was here last year, he was a little bit scared of the situation of the city with Medellin. After I talked with him a little bit much and I explained to him the actual situation, that is not as risky if you're street smart and you listen to the people that cares about you. You're going to be completely safe, so it's not going to be an issue. And people come here for the girls, but they fell in love with the city.
Yes.
They fell in love with
Yes,
the culture,
that
with
is
the
true.
people, and they want to keep coming back.
And Valen, what do you think if we show a couple of interviews that we have right now from our socials? I want to start with the interview that we have with Joanna. Her ID number is the 204159. I have to say that Joanna is a very nice girl. I'm surprised because it's the kind of girl that she goes through a door and everybody looks at her. Like she's a very stunning girl, right?
Yeah,
and also she has a great personality.
so bubbly. She's so self-secure of herself. She's amazing.
Yes, guys. So we are going to show Joanna. Also, Sarah, her ID number is the 210797. And the other girl is Dorelli. Her ID number is the 210689. So I hope that you enjoy these interviews, guys. And we are going to come back with Valentina so she can tell us a little bit more about this experience with us.
Hola, buenas noches. Hoy nos encontramos con Joana, una hermosa mujer que hace parte de las chicas que están inscritas con nosotros en la agencia. El ID de Joana es el 204159. Joa, muchas gracias por estar aquí esta noche con nosotros.
No, gracias a ti y a la agencia por invitarme. Bueno, esperemos cómo nos va, pero de verdad muy contenta de verdad de estar acá. Muchísimas gracias.
Con muchísimo gusto, Joana. Y bueno, vamos a hacer una actividad contigo. La idea es que saques un papelito y te vamos a hacer una pregunta y tú no la respondes.
Oh my God.
¿Cuál es la pregunta?
¿Cómo ¿cómo te describen tus amigos y familiares? Bueno, ¿cómo me describen mis amigos y familiares? Una persona muy bondadosa, muy inteligente, cariñosa, con un muy bonito ángel, inteligente, trabajadora, muy trabajadora, sí, 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 y no, llenita de amor.
Y yo que conozco a Joana personalmente puedo decir que es una de las personas que brinda muchísimo amor a las personas que realmente quiere y que hacen parte de su vida. Entonces, bueno, yo esperemos encontremos un súper caballero para ti.
Amén, que así sea. Ay, gracias.
En esta oportunidad nos encontramos con una de las chicas que está recién inscrita en la agencia. Su nombre es Sara. Hola Sara, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien, muchas gracias. Bueno, Sara, cuéntanos un poquito de ti. ¿Quién eres? ¿Qué te gusta hacer?
Bueno, yo trabajo con compra y venta de vehículos, de propiedades raíces también. Me encanta, la verdad, viajar. Viajo mucho por medio de mi trabajo y también por diversión. Tengo un hijo de 11 años. Me gusta el deporte. Me encanta bailar.
Es una chica que le gusta también como divertirse.
Sí, me encanta divertirme, salir pues a rumbear, buenos restaurantes. Soy muy espontánea pues en lo que sé, disfrutar de cada momento, muy importante.
Bueno, y bueno, cuéntanos, Sara, ¿qué estás buscando en un caballero? ¿Qué son esas 3 cosas que tú dices para mí es muy importante encontrar en el hombre con el que voy a empezar mi relación?
Ay, para mí es muy importante que ese caballero sea demasiado detallista, responsable. Algo que me enfoco mucho es que sea muy respetuoso con las mujeres, demasiado respetuoso, y de que realmente pues se le vea el interés hacia mí de salir adelante y de que haya buena energía, buena química. Eso es lo que más me importa, que haya buena vibra desde el primer momento.
Bueno, Sara, y cuéntanos, por ejemplo, al estar inscrita en una agencia matrimonial con hombres del extranjero, ¿tú estás abierta el día de mañana que conozcas un caballero de otra parte del mundo en irte a vivir a otro país?
Pues es una situación que uno lo piensa bastante porque hay que pues analizar la estabilidad pues de vivir con esa persona, y me imagino pues que obviamente ya uno conocerla bien, pero sí estoy dispuesta a viajar y pues de hecho lo dije en la pregunta anterior, me encanta viajar, y si se da la oportunidad de vivir en otro lugar, estoy dispuesta a disfrutarlo y hacerlo, aprovechar
Bueno,
ese momento.
que sea sincera, porque muchas chicas también dicen de una que sí, y tú tienes en cuenta primero conozcámonos y ya ahí vamos viendo si entonces si nos va bien me voy a vivir a otro país.
Claro, para mí es súper importante que haya buena química, conocer la persona con la que voy a compartir y bueno, estar dispuesta a viajar. Me encanta mucho viajar y si es de vivir en otro lugar, estoy dispuesta a eso también, claro.
Y bueno, ¿cómo un caballero puede enamorar a Sara?
Ay, Dios mío. Me encanta que sean detallistas, como lo decía anteriormente, que se marque mucho el respeto. Me fijo mucho en un hombre que sea demasiado caballeroso, respetuoso y que realmente quiera pues como lo mejor para mí, que me quiera hacer sentir pues como su princesa, porque hombres hay muchos y de hecho por eso en este momento estoy sola, porque busques realmente alguien que me trate bien, tal igual lo que valgo yo y lo que merezco yo.
Bueno, Sara, muchas gracias por estar esta noche con nosotros acompañándonos y espero puedas encontrar un súper caballero esta noche, y si no, para los caballeros que están pendientes de este video, pueden contactarla a través de nosotros.
Muchas gracias, princesa, bendiciones, feliz noche.
Hola, buenas noches. En esta ocasión estamos con Doreli, una de las hermosas chicas que está inscrita en la agencia. Todavía no tiene su ID, pero ya está totalmente inscrita. ¿Cómo estás, Doreli?
Muy bien, gracias.
Muchas gracias por acompañarnos esta noche.
Gracias a ti por haberme invitado.
Bueno, Doreli, este es su primer evento, ¿cierto?
Sí. Y tengo mucha expectativa sobre el evento. He conocido muchísimas personas. Las chicas son súper agradables. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí.
Perfecto. ¿Qué esperas conocer esta noche en el evento?
Primero que todo, conseguir muchísimas amistades, chicas, los caballeros. Espero conocer muchísimos caballeros, tratar con ellos, posiblemente tener una cita, no sé qué nos depara la noche. Sería algo así.
Bueno, Doreli, ¿y qué es lo que tú buscas en ese caballero? O sea, ¿qué son esas tres cosas importantes que tú dices, yo espero encontrar en el hombre de mis sueños, en el hombre ideal que tengo en mi cabeza?
Primero que todo, me gustaría un compañero de vida, un amigo, una persona que sea alegre, que comparta muchas cosas conmigo, como me gusta a mí, la lectura, viajar, tener experiencias, sí, un compañero de vida, eso es lo que más me gustaría a mí.
¿Y cómo sería, por ejemplo, esa cita ideal para ti? Una cita que tú sí pudieras escoger y, mejor dicho, armarla a tu gusto, tú dirías, así me imagino mi cita en sueños.
Mi cita en sueños siempre ha sido una cena romántica, en un lugar tranquilo. Soy una persona así tranquila, una cena puede ser en un mirador, con una buena botella de vino y ante todo una buena charla. Me encantan las personas súper conversadoras porque yo soy muy conversadora.
Qué bueno, Doreli, cuéntanos un poquito de esas cosas que te representan, un poquito sobre ti.
De mí, ¿qué te puedo decir? Soy una persona, como te estaba diciendo ahora, me gusta mucho leer. No he podido viajar mucho, pero viajo a través de la lectura. Soy una madre muy entregada. No, me gustaría salir adelante, no sé.
Qué bueno. ¿Y cuántos hijos tienes?
Tengo 2.
¿Qué edades tienes?
Tengo una joven de 26 y una de 16.
Perfecto. Y bueno, un mensajito corto para los caballeros que están viendo este video.
Bueno, para los caballeros de la agencia me gustaría que se animaran a mandarle cartas a las chicas, a viajar a conocernos, sí, a tener más citas, a ser detallistas, tratar de conocernos todos. Así no tengamos una relación, tener una bonita amistad. Aquí en Colombia hay mujeres muy bonitas, muy juiciosas, muy inteligentes, como la buscan la mayoría de los caballeros. Así que
aquí los esperamos.
Aquí los esperamos. Un beso. Chao.
Muchas gracias, Doreli.
So guys, and maybe girls, why not? I hope that you enjoyed the interview with these three beautiful girls, and remember that they are available for dates. If you want to know about them, you can read a letter to them, or you can set it up a video call also with them. And we are going to continue with Valentina tonight, and we have more questions for her. And okay, one, it's funny because there are one guy that is asking, will Valentina date a guy with gold teeth? And also, there are other one that is asking if Colombian women like golden teeth because he has golden teeth.
I'll say that it's a bit maybe. I think that it depends more on your personality, but yes, definitely there is a lot of girls that are going to date you with your golden teeth and all because, for example, my grandparent on my mother's side, he used to have gold teeth. So it's something that is actually a little bit in the culture, and also a big part of Colombia is very Americanized in a pop culture kind of rap music speaking. So it's also something very common or something that can be like kind of statement for you.
Yes, why not? Because we have a guy, I remember this year, in the beginning of the year, with blue hair.
Yeah.
And he was great, and all the girls, they remember him because of his blue hair.
Yeah, he had a nice strategy. Everybody was like, yeah,
yes. Okay, I have more questions. There are one guy that is, as Valentina, how will she rate her level of commitment to her clients? It is personal and passionate, or is only transactional?
Okay, I'll say that there's definitely a balance because we cannot forget that we interpreters are doing this as a job, but there are clients with whom it's inevitable to have that bonding, that connection, so they became more than clients, they became your friends or your family from somewhere else.
That is great, and also he's a very nice person because we find out right now that he's Melvin. Hi, Melvin. We send a big hug to you, and also we hope to see you very soon here in Colombia,
yes,
right?
Please.
Okay, we have more questions. Let's see, because there are one that I cannot see it right now because there are one that is asking like about Like if it's normal that the guys they feel a little bit nervous during the socials. What do you think about that?
I would say that it's totally normal. Sometimes it can be very overwhelming, especially if you haven't dated in a long time, to go to a room full of maybe 200 women at the same time. That's why your interpreter becomes your ally, because you're going to feel like in the middle of a battle. And nothing best to have by your side that a full like armed jacket girl that knows the culture, knows the language, and knows all the tips for you to survive that night and have a great time still.
Yes, guys. And remember that this is also a time for you.
Mhm.
Like I was reading the comments, like this is not only to meet girls, of course, this is one of the things, but this also is going to be an experience for you, an experience about the culture, an experience about the city that you are going to visit. And so don't take this very like yes, personal, but in the end, enjoy it.
Yeah.
The moment, like this is going to be a very enjoyable like vacation time for you. So
Yes.
trying to take advantage of all the situations.
Yeah.
Like take advantage of the fact that maybe sometimes the things are not going to work out in the way that you are imagining. But maybe sometimes you can have really good friends, you can meet the family, you can maybe meet the love of your life because the girl she introduced you with her cousin. I don't know. Like
Mhm.
never close the doors, guys. Trying to keep the door open. I mean, if the day was well, like trying to keep the doors open because you never know where it's going to be the love, right?
Exactly that. And you should look at these socials as an opportunity to socialize. Have a great time. You're doing vacations. You're meeting nice girls that like they already look up for you. So you're going to be safe all the time. You're going to be very comfortable. You're going to feel like home because that's the magic about the city and this country. It doesn't matter where you come from. You're always going to feel home here.
You're going to feel since day one that you are like because everybody's very friendly, everybody's always smiling to you.
Willing to help you.
That's true. And also, there are a guy that is saying like, question: why are the dates jam packed? Seems like an extended version of speed dating. That depends, right, Molly?
I would say that that totally depends. I won't call it an extended version of speed dating. Why? Because you're going to have individual dates after those two social nights. The thing is that sometimes guys don't come here for the full 2 weeks. They only come for a week or half a week. So they need to make the most quantity of connections that they can while they're still here. Because during the socials, and that's a big pro for the VIP package, you're missing and matching here. Like your first date with the girls is going to be the day where you say, okay, I have chemistry with her or no. So sometimes there are a lot of misses in that search for. So you have to keep that in mind. Still, if you say I want to keep it to 1 or 2 dates per day, we're going to respect that totally.
And also, it's like it's your time, so you are going to let us know what you want to do.
Mhm.
Like for example, if you feel that 3 days is too much, just let us know, and we are going to set it up 2 days for you. If you feel that 2 days is also too much for you, that is fine. Like just tell us like you want 1 day per day. So don't worry about this. Like we are going to make the arrangement that you need to feel you comfortable. And also it's like this is your moment, this is going to be your time, so you don't have to force yourself in going 3 dates per day. If you feel that this is going to be too much for you, like just tell us and let us know, and we are going to do the things that you want to do in the way that you want to do it.
We're going to adapt everything to your needs.
There are other questions because yes, guys, we have a new locations. I mean, like from 1 year ago, we have a new location, but maybe there are a couple of people that they don't know yet, and we are located right now in Hotel Du Park. If you need also reservations or if you need to book your hotel accommodation here in this hotel, we can help you with that. You can read us and we can help you with this process too. But remember that the office is located here at the Hotel Du Park, and also if you're coming to Medellin or Cartagena or Barranquilla, of course, we are going to send you all the information and the address where the offices are located, and you are not going to have any problem to get there. Okay? And Valen, what you can say about the area? Like we are located in Poblado area, so you think that it's easy for them to
We're
be here
in the
located?
this is the most tourist friendly area that we have in the city. So everything is kind of very easy and very convenient. Everything is very close by. We have three malls that are actually one in front of the other, several stores, several restaurants, lots of coffee shops. So there's plenty to do. The area is very safe, and the chances for you to meet someone who also speaks English that is providing a service for you are higher than in other areas in the city. So I'll say that if you're scared of coming in an adventure to a new country, this will be the perfect area for you. It's going to be very like foreign friendly. You're not going to feel like lost or scared. As long as you like localize the main avenue that is called Avenue Poblado and the main street that is called the 10th Street, you're going to find your way everywhere.
And guys, also, I want to stop one moment to remember you that we have the social very soon here in Medellin. So you have to sign up very soon because the spots are going to get like out of
Like cake.
yes. So guys, if you are interested, come to the social in June. Please, you have to book everything right now with us and sign up as soon as possible. And also remember that we have more social media and also in Barranquilla is going to be in August. We have other one in September here in Medellin, and the last one is going to be in Cartagena in November, in the month of November. Remember, all the series are amazing, and all the series I can say that are a little bit different. And I think that girls from the coast area, girls from the Medellin, girls even from Bogota are different. Yes,
like day and night. I can say that here in Colombia, and I think this is something from all countries, personality and character change a lot from region to region. So people from the coast area is going to be a little bit more joyful, a little bit more laid back. They're going to prioritize having a good time almost always. Whereas here, like in the middle of the country, we tend to be a little bit more like reserved. Sometimes we tend to be a little bit like formal, at least in the beginning while we're open up.
and also while we're already talking about other offices, Cartagena, Barranquilla, and we have a very nice interview with Jamal. And he had the opportunity to visit all these three offices, and he was here in Medellin, I think the last week, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago he was here.
So we are going to show you the interview with Jamal, and I hope that you enjoy it too.
Hi, my name is Manuela. I'm the manager here in Medellin office, and today I'm with Jamal. Hi, Jamal. How are you?
Hello there. Hola.
How are you, Jamal? This is a new experience for you here in Medellin, right?
Yes, it's
your
my
first time.
My first time here in Medellin.
And what do you think about the city so far?
I'm having a great time in the city so far. Along with the people and the food and everything.
I know that you already went to Cartagena, right?
Yes.
And you already know a little bit of Colombia culture.
Yes.
What you can say about the girls here? What do you think about the girls here in Colombia?
Oh, the girls are quite welcoming and quite nice. Very happy about their culture and very passionate.
That is great, Jamal. And why you picked Medellin this time to meet the girls?
It was going to be the last city that I had to actually visit. I've already visited Barranquilla back in 2011 with AFA, and then I did Cartagena in 2019, and it was 3 times the charm, so I figured I'd make it over to Medellin.
That is great. And you already have a Colombian girlfriend, for what I know, right? You
Yes.
already have that experience
I've
today
had that experience,
with a
yes.
Colombian girl. And what do you think about that? Like, what kind of difference you notice about dating a Colombian girl and an American girl?
I would say they're a lot more family-oriented, relationship-oriented. Like I said previously, quite passionate, so as well as very romantic.
And I know something, you speak Spanish, so you feel that that helps a little bit during the dates?
It does help, and it helps with knowing that you've actually invested in pursuing that type of relationship with someone that speaks another language.
And how you learn Spanish? I want to know.
Oh, I had a 30-day course. A 30-day course. It was a speed course that I took online. I never quite finished it, but I was able to gain an understanding of the language within 30 days.
That is great, because also I think that make a little bit of difference when you have a little bit of knowledge about the language, because of course, I mean, I think that you can resolve with Google Translate, but if you have certain kind of knowledge, that will allow you to have a better communication with the girls, right?
Absolutely.
Jamal, and what kind of dates you have with the girls? Like, of course, here you have the possibility to go to dinner, but also I know that you like to have new experience. I know that,
Absolutely.
for example, go to spa. Sometimes I told to the guys, like, do something different. Don't do the same all the times. So what kind of dates you like to have with the girls sometimes?
Well, number one, like I will say that what the three things I liked from each city, from Barranquilla, Cartagena, as well as Medellin, was being able to see the city.
Okay, that is
Each time,
great.
having a tour and having the option of seeing a beach in Barranquilla and Cartagena was nice as well. But I will say, like you had mentioned as well, having the spa and jacuzzi option here in Medellin is
You can take a tour together. Also, sometimes the girls can join the guys to go around the city. And
Yes.
also, I think that you will feel a little bit more protective and safe
Yes.
when you have someone that knows the city, right?
Absolutely, I agree.
Jamal, and also one advice that you can give to the clients, to the guys, I think, that once you came to Colombia to meet Colombian girls. What can be one of the advices that you can give to them?
I would definitely tell anyone that has never traveled to specifically Colombia to at least give it a try and at least have it on your bucket list to sit back and say you've had that experience of actually dating a woman overseas internationally. And it's not necessarily got to commit yourself to marriage right there on the spot, but at least tell yourself that you got to know someone overseas.
That is great, Jamal. Thank you so much for being here. And also, I have a last question for you. And it's like, give me three words, or three words that you can say that represents a Colombian girl.
Okay, I would say those three words would possibly be number one, their feminine trait, two, their family orientation, and three, their goal orientation.
That is great, Jamal. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. And I really hope that you can find a really nice Colombian girl. And you are here in Medellin, so a paisa, beautiful girl.
I hope so as well.
Tonight we are with Kevin. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Excellent. It's very much fun to be here.
That is great. So, Kevin, tell us a little bit about your experience so far.
With AFA, it's a nice experience. The accommodations are nice. The socials are really nice. You get to meet a lot of nice ladies in a very short span of time that would take you years to meet otherwise.
Kevin, and why Colombia? Why you pick Colombia as a choice for a girl?
The women take really good care of themselves here. They're very refined, very polite. Their posture is excellent. Their skin is beautiful. They dress very nice. It's really a great world here.
That is great. And Kevin, one advice for the gentlemen that they want to visit Colombia.
Get your credit card and go.
That is great. But what do you think about the girls that you see so far here in the social?
They're beautiful. There's plenty of them. They're approachable. They're fun. You go out on dates with them and you have a great time. And it's really a great thing. Believe it. Believe it.
Okay, and what do you think about Colombia? Like, what is your perception about Medellin, for example? Because I know that for a lot of gentlemen, they have the perception maybe that is not a very secure city, that maybe they are going to be enraged. So, what do you think?
In any big city in the world, you have to watch what you do. And it's no different here. But all of the rumors that there's bombs in the streets and drugs in the streets and there's shootouts in the streets, well, I haven't seen any of that. And it just doesn't happen that way anymore. Yes, it's a big city and bad things happen. So you got to watch your P's and Q's, but if you keep your head, you'll be all right.
And I hope that you can meet a beautiful girl here in Colombia, and I hope that we can help you with that.
It's always a positive move.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Manuela. I'm the
about the
manager.
importance of self-hygiene. But I'll tell you that it's not only limited to that. You should invest in yourself. You want to be your best version because you want to meet the best person to be with you the rest of your life. So you need to make a nice impression. This means what? Invest in very nice outfits. Clothing that is very good fitting for you, for your type of your body, colors that makes your skin or your eyes pop so that you can have that something, that it that calls for attention. And also invest in very, very nice pictures for your profile guide. This is the first impression that the girls are going to have of you. So if you're already winning with a very nice set of pictures, you have half the way done. Because sometimes it's very hard to get dates for someone if their pictures are not the best or they don't make justice to the gentleman. So definitely that is a great presentation part for you, a nice set of pictures as always. And as I saw in one of the questions, one of the guys wonders like, why as men have to invest so much and the girl is just showing up. I can tell you the girls are not only showing up, they're investing in their nails, they're investing in their hair. Sometimes they even buy new outfits to meet you because they want to give you that big, great first impression so that they can already have that half of the way win for them. So I'll say that is not only showing up, also, like especially here in this agency, we can see that we have very traditional gender roles where the guy usually is the provider and the girl is going to do the emotional work or the house job or the administration of the family. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for someone that maybe is a little bit more like progressive about those ideas, you can also tell us that. But don't see it like you're just throwing money out of the window. No, it's all an investment. You're investing in a nice opportunity to meet the love of your life. You're investing in a very great vacation. And you're investing in yourself because you're not only taking those outfits with you, but also the experience that you had here in Colombia.
Yes, guys, and it's like I hear a lot of time, like, okay, I have to pay for the meal or I have to pay for the transportation. But remember, like for an average salary here in Colombia, like this is going to be a big thing for the girl.
Yeah.
Like she is going to really appreciate the fact that you are taking that time, that you are taking her to a nice restaurant. And like I told to the client, like I remember that there was one client that was telling me like maybe the first date I don't want to take the girl to a very nice and fancy restaurant. And of course you don't have to take her to the best restaurant here in Medellin. But I told him like here in Medellin, nice restaurants are not going to be expensive. So for you it's going to be a great meal and for the girl it's going to be a great experience for her. So you have to keep in mind that it's not the same that maybe in other countries, like for example in United States. Like an average restaurant can be expensive even for a person that works in United States and they have dollars with them. But here in Colombia, when you are going to a nice restaurant that is not going to be the fancy one, that the most expensive one, you are going to find out that the restaurants are not expensive and the meal is going to be great and it's worth it for you and it's going to be worth it for the girl too.
Yeah, it's going to be a very nice quality, very nice experience, and as Manuela told you, it's very affordable.
Yes, guys. And also, like I say, if you have any questions, if you are worried about something, we are here to help you. So if you want to like ask us about what kind of places that you can visit that are affordable for you, you can ask us and we have a list of places that you can visit and it's not going to be like very expensive for you and it's going to get a good impression to the girl, right?
Totally that.
And also, guys, there are other things Valentina was telling you, like she's going to be a friend for you. Like, don't be worried to use the service of an interpreter. She's going to help you all the time. And also, she's going to be your friend. She's going to give you advices about what she feels with the girls. Because sometimes, like I was saying in the beginning, maybe you can have one perception about the girl, but she is going to let you know a little bit more deep what she's thinking about the girl because sometimes we don't see very clear in some occasions. So she's going to help you to open your eyes and also she's going to help you to take the best decision.
Yeah. I want to exalt again the case with Melvin because we've been together as interpreter clients slash friends for almost a year now. And I can tell you something. My best advice to you is keep close connection with your interpreter. She is going to be like the advisor for your relationship. Why? She knows deeply the issues of the relationship. She knows your personality and your girl's personality. She can give you like the most accurate advice, the most accurate point of view because she knows actually what's happening there. It's not like going to a friend and saying like, "Hey, I need an advice on my relationship with my girl," because he doesn't know what you fight about. For example, he doesn't know what she likes. He doesn't know what she doesn't like. but your interpreter is going to know all of those details. So it's going to be like having a genie in a bottle, basically. So I think that it's the best advice I can give to you guys. Keep close connections with your interpreters. They're going to be your conciliators.
And also, we are almost in the end, but there are other last question, and it's like, as Valentina, to speak on the gentleman, understanding and being honest about their purpose of joining the agency.
Yeah. You have to be very clear and sincere, not only to us candidates, to yourself. You have to have very clear what are you looking for. Are you looking for a wife? Are you looking more for a girlfriend? Are you looking for someone to start a family with? Are you looking for someone to enjoy retirement with? It all depends. So I'll say you have to be very focused, very committed, and I mean, get your credit card and come here. We're going to help you with the rest.
Yes, thank you, Valen, and we are going to say goodbye to you guys.
It
Thank
was
you
a
for joining.
pleasure.
And I hope that we can have Valentina a little bit more often, because I saw that a lot of you guys was delayed with Valentina here tonight. So thank you so much. And remember, our next social is going to be June 1st. And if you want to came and you want to join us in this experience, that will be great for us. And Valentina is going to be here for help you.
Hola, buenas noches. Hoy nos encontramos con Joana, una hermosa mujer que hace parte de las chicas que están inscritas con nosotros en la agencia. El ID de Joana es el 2041-59. Joana, muchas gracias por estar aquí esta noche con nosotros.
No, gracias a ti y a la agencia por invitarme. Bueno, esperemos cómo nos va, pero de verdad muy contenta de verdad de estar acá. Muchísimas gracias.
Con muchísimo gusto, Joana. Y bueno, vamos a hacer una actividad contigo. La idea es que saques un papelito y te vamos a hacer una pregunta y tú nos la respondes.
Oh my God.
¿Cuál es la pregunta?
¿Cómo te describen tus amigos y familiares? Bueno, ¿cómo me describen mis amigos y familiares? Una persona muy bondadosa, muy inteligente, cariñosa, con un muy bonito ángel, inteligente, trabajadora, muy trabajadora, sí, y no, llenita de amor.
Y yo, que conozco a Joana personalmente, puedo decir que es una de las personas que brinda muchísimo amor a las personas que realmente quiere y que hacen parte de su vida. Entonces, bueno, yo esperemos encontremos un súper caballero para ti.
Amén, que así sea. Ay, gracias.
En esta oportunidad nos encontramos con una de las chicas que está recién inscrita en la agencia. Su nombre es Sara. Hola, Sara, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien, muchas gracias. Bueno, Sara, cuéntanos un poquito de ti. ¿Quién eres? ¿Qué te gusta hacer?
Bueno, yo trabajo con compra y venta de vehículos, de propiedades raíces también. Me encanta, la verdad, viajar. Viajo mucho por medio de mi trabajo y también por diversión. Tengo un hijo de 11 años. Me gusta el deporte. Me encanta bailar.
Es una chica que le gusta también como divertirse.
Sí, me encanta divertirme, salir pues a rumbear, buenos restaurantes. Soy muy espontánea pues en lo que sé, disfrutar de cada momento, muy importante.
Bueno, y bueno, cuéntanos, Sara, ¿qué estás buscando en un caballero? ¿Qué son esas 3 cosas que tú dices para mí es muy importante encontrar en el hombre con el que voy a empezar mi relación?
Ay, para mí es muy importante que ese caballero sea demasiado detallista, responsable. Algo que me enfoco mucho es que sea muy respetuoso con las mujeres, demasiado respetuoso, y de que realmente pues se le vea el interés hacia mí de salir adelante y de que haya buena energía, buena química. Eso es lo que más me importa, que haya buena vibra desde el primer momento.
Bueno, Sara, y cuéntanos, por ejemplo, al estar inscrita en una agencia matrimonial con hombres del extranjero, ¿tú estás abierta el día de mañana que conozcas un caballero de otra parte del mundo en irte a vivir a otro país?
Pues es una situación que uno lo piensa bastante, porque hay que pues analizar la estabilidad pues de vivir con esa persona y me imagino pues que obviamente ya uno conocerla bien, pero sí estoy dispuesta a viajar y pues de hecho lo dije en la pregunta anterior, me encanta viajar y si se da la oportunidad de vivir en otro lugar, estoy dispuesta a disfrutarlo y hacerlo, aprovechar
Bueno,
ese momento.
que sea sincera porque muchas chicas también dicen de una que sí y tú tienes en cuenta primero conozcámonos y ya íbamos viendo si entonces si nos va bien me voy a vivir a otro país.
Claro, para mí es súper importante que haya buena química, conocer la persona con la que voy a compartir y bueno, estar dispuesta a viajar. Me encanta mucho viajar y si es de vivir en otro lugar, estoy dispuesta a eso también, claro.
Y bueno, ¿cómo un caballero puede enamorar a Sara?
Ay, Dios mío. Me encanta que sean detallistas, como lo decía anteriormente, que se marque mucho el respeto. Me fijo mucho en un hombre que sea demasiado caballeroso, respetuoso y que realmente quiera pues como lo mejor para mí, que me quiera hacer sentir pues como su princesa, porque hombres hay muchos y de hecho por eso en este momento estoy sola, porque busques realmente alguien que me trate bien, tal igual lo que valgo yo y lo que merezco yo.
Bueno, Sara, muchas gracias por estar esta noche con nosotros acompañándonos y espero puedas encontrar un súper caballero esta noche y si no, para los caballeros que están pendientes de este video, pueden contactarla a través de nosotros.
Muchas gracias, princesa, bendiciones, feliz noche.
Hola, buenas noches. En esta ocasión estamos con Doreli, una de las hermosas chicas que está inscrita en la agencia. Todavía no tiene su ID, pero ya está totalmente inscrita. ¿Cómo estás, Doreli?
Muy bien, gracias.
Muchas gracias por acompañarnos esta noche.
Gracias a ti por haberme invitado.
Bueno, Doreli, este es su primer evento, ¿cierto?
Sí, y tengo mucha expectativa sobre el evento. He conocido muchísimas personas. Las chicas son súper agradables. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí.
Perfecto. ¿Qué esperas conocer esta noche en el evento?
Primero que todo, conseguir muchísimas amistades, chicas, los caballeros, espero conocer muchísimos caballeros, tratar con ellos, posiblemente tener una cita, no sé qué nos depara la noche, sería algo así.
Bueno, Doreli, ¿y qué es lo que tú buscas en ese caballero? O sea, ¿qué son esas tres cosas importantes que tú dices, yo espero encontrar en el hombre de mis sueños, en el hombre ideal que tengo en mi cabeza?
Primero que todo, me gustaría un compañero de vida, un amigo, una persona que sea alegre, que comparta muchas cosas conmigo, como me gusta a mí, la lectura, viajar, tener experiencias, sí, un compañero de vida, eso es lo que más me gustaría a mí.
¿Y cómo sería, por ejemplo, esa cita ideal para ti? Una cita que tú sí pudieras escoger y, mejor dicho, armarla a tu gusto, tú dirías, así me imagino mi cita en sueños.
Mi cita en sueños siempre ha sido una cena romántica, en un lugar tranquilo. Soy una persona así tranquila, una cena puede ser en un mirador, con una buena botella de vino y ante todo una buena charla. Me encantan las personas súper conversadoras porque yo soy muy conversadora.
Qué bueno, Doreli, cuéntanos un poquito de esas cosas que te representan, un poquito sobre ti.
De mí, ¿qué te puedo decir? Soy una persona, como te estaba diciendo ahora, me gusta mucho leer. No he podido viajar mucho, pero viajo a través de la lectura. Soy una madre muy entregada. No, me gustaría salir adelante, no sé.
Qué bueno. ¿Y cuántos hijos tienes?
Tengo 2.
¿Qué edades tienes?
Tengo una joven de 26 y una de 16.
Perfecto. Y bueno, un mensajito corto para los caballeros que están viendo este video.
Bueno, para los caballeros de la agencia me gustaría que se animaran a mandarle cartas a las chicas, a viajar a conocernos, sí, a tener más citas, a ser detallistas, tratar de conocernos todos. Así no tengamos una relación, tener una bonita amistad. Aquí en Colombia hay mujeres muy bonitas, muy juiciosas, muy inteligentes, como la buscan la mayoría de los caballeros. Así que
aquí los